we'll follow up on that for you. Some people fear the election of Egypt's new president will mean a shift in foreign policy with the U.S. President Mohamed Morsi says he will preserve all national and international agreements. He is even moving away from the Muslim Brotherhood to, in his words, represent all Egyptians. I want to talk now with Congressman David Dreier. He joins me from New York. Thank you, sir, for joining us this evening.
Good to be with you.
All right. You were in Egypt to serve as an official observer for the election process. And now that we know the outcome here, give me your impressions of this new presidency.
Well, first let me say that this is a great day for the cause of democracy. If you go back a year and a half ago and realize that the guy who was president for 3 decades, Hosni Mubarak, had been elected by a 90% margin. If you had said then that 18 months later, for the first time in 7,000 years, the people of Egypt would actually be able to cast a vote that would count in determining the future of their country and electing a new president, one would have said that you were crazy. And so tremendous strides have been made in the last year and a half. Now, that doesn't diminish the fact that we have a long way to go. There still needs to be a constitution put into place. And so the Constituent Assembly needs to come together and fashion that constitution. They also need to, by virtue of the fact that a week ago last Thursday they dissolved the parliament, they need to hold parliamentary elections. And so we know here in the United States that democracy is a work in progress. It still is for us, and the Egyptians have a long way to go. Their real challenge now is to get the economy growing. With all the time that I've spent in Egypt and I've listened to voters, the thing that needs to be done is they need to grow the economy.
Hey, you listen, and that is something that's going to have to happen over time, but isn't it more imminent and something that they need to do quicker than that is get a handle on the army, because the army is going to meddle in this process if they don't get that in control, and whatever way it turns out, it could be either good or bad.
Let me just say, I mean, that obviously, I should tell you that still, even through this difficult time, the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces continues to hold a lot of respect. The reason is that people are concerned about security. Now, having said that, I don't believe that they should be in control of the country, and from the time that I've spent with the military leadership, they don't want the responsibility of governing the country. I think they very much want to focus on their priority, which is security and national defense, and the idea of maintaining the Camp David peace accords, which I'm very happy that Dr. Morsi has indicated he's committed to, along with the kind of secular concerns that are out there in a very secular country, that being recognizing human rights, including women's rights, the Coptic Christians and other religious minorities that need to be represented. So I think that there's an opportunity here for a good balance between the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces and the civilian government that Dr. Morsi is going to lead.
Yeah. That whole military and army question, that's been on top of mind, and everyone has been talking about that. So that's why I wanted to get to that. But you said the economy, it's the same as here in the United States. They need to get their economy, and all over the world. The economy is going to have to be a priority as well.
Yep, I mean, since February 11th of last year, when Hosni Mubarak left office, there have been 2 million jobs lost. And so one of the things that I've done, I've joined with my Democratic colleague, Congressman Gregory Meeks, and we've introduced a resolution calling for the establishment of an Egypt-U.S. free trade agreement so that we can get into this market. This is the largest Arab nation with 85+ million people. And so what we need to do is strengthen commercial ties. We now have an aid package that's in excess of $1 billion. I mean, I think it's very important as they move on their road to democracy for us to strengthen ties there. But I would like to see them become more commercial, see the benefits of our being able to sell U.S. manufactured products into Egypt. And similarly, I think they should have even greater access to our market as well.
Yeah, and listen, we have to run here, but you believe democracy is a real goal there? Yes.
It's a positive move. Ronald Reagan and John F. Kennedy would be very happy with the fact that people are finally playing a role in determining their future, and that is the wave of the future. Whatever challenges we face, it's the wave of the future.
Congressman David Dreier, thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Alrighty. Parental justice. A father kills his